What's up, guys? Give me a second to get this chat up. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good Friday. TGIF. I didn't have to work much today at all, actually, so I didn't really have to work. What's going on, Jason Sanchez? Let's see. Happy Friday to you too, Jason. What's going on, Rival Gamer? Is the picture clear? On my laptop, it's saying something about a bad stream. What's up, Jose? Hope you're doing good. I'm not sure why. I'm not on my Wi-Fi right now, if that's the case. Got 8 people. Cool, Jason. I appreciate it. Oh, man. I think I'm going to start doing my live streams on Friday. I think. Not sure. What's going on, Adam? What's going on, Adam? Excuse me. Can't talk. So I guess it's 5 o'clock where you're at in Utah. Awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that. Happy it's clear. I really don't know what to expect tonight. It's Friday night, so I know my channel's actually the slowest on Fridays and Saturday, and then it picks up Sunday afternoon. So I usually don't get like a lot of views or comments and all that stuff on Fridays. So maybe if I start doing my live stream Friday, it'll bring a little bit more people and viewers to my channel on that day. Saturday, I'm cool with it not being too busy on my channel because I like to chill and relax on Saturdays, but I'm going to put out videos tomorrow as well, so I'm trying to do daily uploads and not skip any days and actually try to do multiple uploads in a day. Are you doing any protein bar reviews anymore? Yeah, I probably will again. Those are pretty fun. Man, I need to do some health reviews, food reviews, and all that kind of stuff. I used to love doing that. I haven't done it in so long. Like I said, guys, there's so much more to me than just trying to help with anxiety. There's a lot of things I want to do. I'm actually going to sit up because I feel really awkward, like laying on my stomach. Oh, I did not pick out the bedding, by the way. That's my wife's turquoise. She wanted the turquoise. And if you hear any screaming at all, it's going to be my children getting upset in there, or my 1-year-old daughter. So, what's going on, Allison? How are you doing? So, we hit 8 people at its max. So, yeah, if y'all want to talk about anything, hit me up. Let's see. I hope y'all were able to see my video I did today. I know Adam saw it. It was 8 long-term effects of anxiety. Really good video. You need to check it out because it's true. Brutally true. Hopefully it helped motivate some of you guys to get on your anxiety a little bit more. And understand how that goes because it's easy to get content and kind of chill on the sideline, but it never makes anything better. That's life in general. What's going on, Mystery Waves? Not much, man. It's Friday. It's good. It's good to have the weekend right there. not doing much tonight. Man, as I've gotten older, my Friday nights are nothing like what they used to be. I'm almost 28 years old. I'll be 28 in like a little over, well, a little under 2 weeks. And man, in my early 20s, man, my Friday night was crazy. I'd go out to eat and start drinking, and we go party all night. It's terrible. It's fun back in the day, but I don't do that no more. Friday's usually my rest day. Saturday, I'll do more on Saturdays. Adam Nelson, can you talk about your abdominal pain you had? I'm getting a CAT scan on Tuesday. I've got right lower abdominal pain. You're nervous about that? Yeah. Um, I had pain in the exact same area. It was like above where my appendix was. It was above that, so I wasn't really worried about my appendix. Well, I mean, I was initially until I found out that's not where it was. Uh, Dr. Trey thought he knew everything. And then music. Are you saying that I have music going on that I don't know about in the stream, or are you wanting music? Can you talk about your? Yeah. Sorry about that, Adam. Let's see here. So I thought I had like me jumping to conclusions. I thought I had like colon cancer right there on the lower right side. I had stomach pain for like 2 months straight. It would just, it was like nonstop. It wasn't horrible, but it was like a constantly dull pain. So that went on for a while, like about 2 months, and then I got fed up and I made a doctor's appointment. And then guess what? 2 hours later, the pain magically went away. Never had it ever since in my entire life. Crazy, crazy story. Like literally, me just making the appointment made my pain go away. So as far as that goes, I mean, you're getting your CAT scan. I mean, at least they're giving you the scan. But if whenever they tell you you're okay, which I'm pretty confident you are, um, run with that and don't look back. Try not to get too many of them CAT scans. Start to add up. Man, we got a whopping 5 people in here. I'm really good at promoting this live stream. I need to actually, there's a way of actually getting a link to my live stream. I need to figure out how to do that so I can have it posted for a couple days. Oh, you're asking me like what kind of music do I like? Because now you're asking me what sports do I like. Sports, I like basketball, football. I like golf. I'll watch the playoffs if it's baseball, and that's about it. I'll watch some World Cup, I guess, but I don't really watch soccer any other time. As far as music, man, I like everything, everything. I love hip hop and rap. I love rock. I freaking love country. I'm from Texas, so I love my country music. But I have appreciation for all music, literally every bit of music. You're welcome, Adam. I hope that helped out. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, literally for me, I would really manifest my pain and make it so much more worse. It's like your body can focus in on one area and cause tension in that one spot. Jason Sanchez, my heartbeat shoots up sometimes when, I guess you were going to finish what you were saying, or... Adam Nelson, I got questions for days, man. Want me to keep firing away? Yeah, you can. I hope I can answer them. I'll answer them the best I can. You might as well take advantage of it because there's only 6 people in here. What's up, Gary? How are you doing? Matthias Cortez, hi from Brazil. Wow. I love your channel. Thank you so much. You know, the funny thing is, I have a lot of Latin people that have been subscribing to my channel lately, and it's really funny because apparently Azuna, he's like a Latin artist, like a really, really big artist right now. He has like 17 million subscribers on his channel, and apparently he subscribed to me for whatever reason. I don't know why. And he has me in his featured channels, so I get a lot of subscribers from him. So, you know, I don't know if they're really interested in my content or whatever. They could just be dead subscribers or whatever, but I get some people commenting on my videos, and that's cool. I appreciate it. So if you're coming from him, thanks a lot. Francisco BMX, when are you going to do another video? I just did one earlier. 8 long-term effects of anxiety. I'm doing the live stream now. I'm going to have a video out tomorrow morning. I'm going to pre-schedule it. It's going to be about 2 months without salt or added salt. How I'm doing with that, how much salt you're supposed to have a day kind of thing. Because I've been doing that challenge too. My face has actually thinned up quite a bit in the past couple months from not eating so much salt. Jason Sanchez, do you think it's a heart condition? Just because your heartbeat shoots up, I mean, I honestly, I can't tell you that. If you've been checked at the doctor and they said it's anxiety, then you got to trust them. But palpitations can happen. I mean, that can just make your heart rate shoot up fairly quickly. Especially if you have panic disorder. Whenever I would have a panic attack, it'd shoot up like crazy out of nowhere. And some of that can work on a subconscious level. You don't necessarily have to be like super stressed to have palpitations. It can just, it subconsciously can work in a whole nother realm or level. Gary Lennon, when you stopped drinking, when did the anxiety stop? Well, as far as the anxiety hangovers, like immediately, that was like the worst part about drinking, was just the next morning waking up and having a crazy anxiety hangover. So those stopped immediately. So my anxiety improved like 60 to 70% just from that. As far as the rest of my anxiety, it still took a while. Alcohol was good at keeping at bay, but it made it worse in the mornings. But so I had to just kind of suck it up in afternoons and evenings and just get over it. But it took a while. Whenever I started recovering from anxiety, I still think it took like 9 months to a year to fully get over it. And that's doing all the right things. I'm not saying that y'all couldn't do that faster than me, because you can. I'm not the strongest of people. I just looked up the right steps and I learned how to be patient. That's what I did. Francisco BMX, I'm your new subscriber. Man, wow, thanks. Thank you so much for subscribing. Jason Sanchez, thanks, bro. You're welcome. Adam Nelson, last night I had experiences. Well, 1 second, gotta refresh my screen. I had experiences where in my bed my body would lose consciousness for like 2 seconds and snap back, even with my eyes open. Ever experienced that or heard of that? Last night experiences where in my bed my body would lose. Were you? I guess so. You were just awake, laying in bed. But if that's the case, then it could have just been you zoning out. But it could be a little mixture of depersonalization or derealization mixed in there. I had a lot of weird issues whenever I was falling asleep or laying down trying to go to sleep. When I had anxiety, I had like body paralysis. I had nightmares, night terrors. Like I would have horrible insomnia. I would always jolt up whenever I would be falling asleep. I had a million different sleep issues whenever I had anxiety. We're up to 13 people now. We were hovering at about 4 or 5 for the first 10 to 12 minutes of this. Gene Carrios or Jean Car. Let me see. Gene Carlos Soto. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing some of these. What's good for tension headaches? Well, I don't know where you're from. I would recommend this awesome tension headache. It's from like Walgreens. I don't know if you have that where you're from. Finding actual, I know it's not, caffeine isn't great for you, but caffeine pain medicine can really, really help with headaches. So that's something to think about for emergencies. Other than that, make sure you stay hydrated. That makes a big difference. If these are being caused by anxiety, of course, follow all the normal tips that I give you. Hot showers or hot bath might help relieve some of that, especially if it's a tension headache. Stay away from bright lights. Don't be staring at your screen or the bright TV. So that can help as well. Of course, you don't want to be around a lot of loud noise. Corey Sabatino, I found it. Yeah, glad you're here, man. Jason, Adam Nelson, same thing happened to me. Francisco BMX, do you listen to the music of Nirvana? Yeah, I've heard them a lot. Nirvana's pretty cool. Corey Sabatino, still Googling here. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say, but just not to do it. I don't know why that was one of the most confusing things for me because I knew that Googling my symptoms made me feel worse and panic, but for some reason I just kept doing it. I don't know. And then eventually I just started calling myself stupid. I was like, I'm so dumb for doing it. So eventually I just stopped. And I felt better. There was that little bit of insecurity, but I never found out anything good whenever I Googled. Like, nothing ever made me feel like, oh, I don't have that. And if I was Googling something, like if I was trying to find out if I had heart disease and I found out I didn't have heart disease, now I'm thinking I have cancer because I had a symptom of that. So it never led me down a good path. Alan K, my anxiety is getting better. That's always so good to hear. Just keep doing what you're doing, whatever it is. And if you have a bad day coming up, you know, just let it blow over. Yo, bro, I quit smoking cigarettes and weed for about 2 weeks. Started having nightmares and panic attacks. Any tips? Did you have panic attacks and stuff before, whenever you were using these, or is it just happening because you quit? Often, whenever we quit any type of addiction, anxiety is going to be really, really high. So I guess it could cause that. It's just going to be the basic stuff. You need to make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep. Your brain chemistry is changing, so you need to make sure that you're feeding it good food. Exercise is killer, man. You have to do exercise. That's going to help a lot of your cravings go away. A lot of your stress and anxiety kind of literally melt away. You get those feel good endorphins, and that's the best way I can explain that. Make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep, getting your multivitamins, staying hydrated. A lot of the same things that I tell for anxiety is what I tell for people that are coming off an addiction. So, World of Wonder. When is it okay to whack off in your car? Okay. Interesting question. Not the most appropriate. Phase Rich, I also feel that I'm not in reality, like something that is very weird that happens in my head for 3 seconds. I feel like I left reality. Yeah, it sounds like depersonalization or derealization. You might be having some episodes of that. Okay, I'm gonna get this World of Wonder troll out of here because that's pretty distracting everybody. Funny comments, I'm not gonna lie. I can appreciate some good trolling, but I mean, I can't let everybody else get distracted by it. Okay, let's see. Ryan S, what do you do for your main job? I work at a warehouse. I'm not gonna be specific on what company. I load trailers all day. Joy. So it's hot as heck in the summer and cold in the winter. So I'm loading semi-trailers all day. All the boxes come down a conveyor, and I got to stack them all the way up and then just keep making walls all the way till the whole trailer's filled up. It's like literally like zero thought process with my job. I just literally show up and then do physical labor, which is okay because I think it helps. It's like exercise nonstop, so I mean that helps me out. I'm going to school for my business management degree, so my backup plan on everything is to just be a manager there eventually. I could do it now, but I just want to finish my school first. Corey Sabatino, today it's my prostate. I know I feel the same, but I don't know. Yeah, it's for me, I would just go through different levels of diseases. I could have 20 different things in 1 week, straight up. You got to realize, you got to try to look at yourself from the outside, though, because you'll kind of see how irrational you actually are. Especially when you think you have like 4 diseases at once. It's so irrational. But I definitely get it. What's up, Princess and Mittens? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Francisco BMX, would I like to learn BMX? I really don't think I would even have time. I guess you're talking about like tricks and all kinds of stuff like that, like rough riding on trails and all that. I mean, it sounds fun. Yeah, it does. But I just, would I have the time right now? Definitely not. I hope one day I don't have to actually have a day job like that. like that I have, and I could have some time, some free time during the day to do more stuff. But sounds fun and cool. I think it looks cool. I just, basically I just work out and I shoot a lot of hoops. That's what I do. I have a Walgreens here. Do you have the name of the brand you use? It's Giancarlo Soto. If I'm saying it right, probably not. It was just Walgreens tension headache. That was all. That's exactly what it was called. Anytime I had a really bad headache or a toothache, especially, that was like literally the only medicine that ever helped me. Tylenol or ibuprofen usually didn't do a great job. So Walgreens tension headache. I actually have a review of it on my channel. You can just go look that up too. I talk a little bit more in detail on it. Ali Alderson, what's going on? I've been experiencing on and off pressure soreness on the bottom right of my throat. Some days I feel my right ear being weird, keep freaking out about it being cancer. Yeah, I mean, I went through a lot of scares with my throat and my ears. I had a tube this eustachian tube that comes from your ear, basically drains into the back of your throat. I think I have a dysfunctioning one. I've always had it, but I don't focus on it anymore, so the symptoms really aren't bad. It'll show up every once in a while, but I went through a real bad patch for about a year and a half, and I literally thought I had lymphoma. I went to the doctor like 6 different times. They kept refusing me to get MRIs or CAT scans. She wouldn't do it. She said I didn't have anything. She couldn't feel anything abnormal. I felt like it was abnormal. I felt pain, and we kind of came to the conclusion that, because I had tubes put in my ears whenever I was a baby, and I've always had bad ear infections, so I think I just have a malfunctioning of that tube. So I feel a lot of pressure. It's always hot up under here. I would mess with my lymph nodes. If I ever made my lymph nodes enlarge, it was just from me pressing on them too much, which you can do that. If you mess with them a lot, they swell up easy. But I think they did swell a little just from the tube malfunctioning, and it probably was not necessarily filtering an infection or anything like that, but it was just irritated and aggravated in that area from probably the buildup of fluid. A greeting from Chile. Oh, wow, dude, you're far down there. That's awesome. Wow. People all over the world watching. That's so cool. I love that. Phaser Rich, thanks, man. I have another question. I quit smoking cigarettes for 3 weeks now, but the cough is not going away. It's really strong, and anxiety is really strong. As you said, I have panic attacks all day. As far as the cough, that's going to happen for a while, and your body's going to be cleaning itself out. You're probably going to start coughing up a bunch of nasty stuff, but that's a good thing because your lungs are trying to clear out. So don't worry about the cough right now. I mean, if you're super concerned about the cough in a week or so, go get checked. But I mean, I don't know. With my experience, I just started coughing stuff up, and my lungs started to clean itself out, which is a good thing. Corey Sabatino, it's better than working for the cable company, getting screamed at by nasty customers all day. I get called all types of things. Yeah, I'm kind of happy I'm not really in customer service, and whenever I become a manager, I'm happy that I'm going to be a manager and manager over like a warehouse, so it's not going to be me actually dealing with customers. LOL, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm probably not saying your name right. Corey Sabatino, don't get toothaches anymore. I have full dental implants. Oh, okay. Well, lucky you. You ain't got to worry about no tooth issues ever. Sometimes I've always like kind of wanted to do that. I know it sounds weird. I kind of just wanted to go like be put to sleep and just pull every tooth out of my head and just stick implants in, just so I never have to worry about teeth problems again. Because toothaches are like literally the worst. Adam, I've been working out hard for this whole week and feel like it's making my sleep worse. Could this be the cause? If you're doing it too close to bedtime, yeah, it can aggravate your sleep. That's why when I talk about insomnia, it is good to work out, but maybe lighten the load a little bit or split it in two. Do like 2 days, but I would do one early in the morning and then one around 1 or 2. Don't do it too close to bed, man. Your heart's going to be revved up, and it's kind of like a quick burst of energy, and it's going to make it hard for you to fall asleep. Kind of acts the same as like caffeine or, tobacco or something. It's going to kind of rev you up a little. Really, really aggressive exercise close to night, can actually make your anxiety a little higher. So just be careful when you're actually doing it. Cassie Henry, I've been dealing with a ton of ear pain, pressure, head pressure, heavy head, and being off balance. My mind says I'm fine. Anxiety says I'm dying. I think it's a neck strain. Yeah, it very well could be. I don't know if you've seen the doctor yet or how long you've been dealing with it, but I don't know how long you've actually been watching. But I just talked about my issues with ear pressure. Um, as far as head pressure, I've always had anxiety type headaches, the off balance feeling, yeah, and the dizziness. Um, I know that you think that you're dying, but I don't know if you've been to the doctor or not, but you need to get the reassurance. That might be the only way you feel better. But once you find out that it's just anxiety, that's whenever you got to start, working on that. Double question marks. Hello. I don't know what to call you. I'm just gonna call you double question marks. That's what your username is. Phase Rich, what do you think about the third eye? I guess you're talking about like our sixth sense or whatever. I just think that's like our subconscious. That's basically what I think it is. I mean, y'all can tell me what y'all think it is. I just think it's, our subconscious mind. Insert edgy username, Glock or M191. I really don't know. I'm not like a big gun dude. I'm down for just like a 22-ish shotgun. I need to get a pistol for the house just to have, lock it up, because I get paranoid. Cassie Henry, anyone excited for the blood moon? I didn't even know there was going to be one of those tonight. You have a toothache, princess in mittens. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that as well. Just get them all taken out, put in implants, so I never have to worry about teeth again. Jean Carlos Soto, working out slowly and progressing has helped me out a lot. That's good, yeah. I mean, especially if you're scared and nervous about working out, starting out slower is always good, and just work yourself up each week. Go a little further, go a little harder. Cassie Henry, yes, I have seen tons of doctors, nothing but anxiety. Okay, well, there you go. You're going to have to work on trusting your doctor. That's the first thing. Then you have to accept that it's anxiety. Once you've accepted that it's anxiety, you got to do the things that I tell you at the end of my videos. I don't know how long you've been a subscriber to my channel or how long you've been watching, but I do give a lot of tips at the end of my video. I would start doing those on the daily. I know it's hard to think and concentrate whenever you're dealing with symptoms, but sometimes you just got to work through those. But anxiety can definitely cause all the things that you shared with me. It's not abnormal. None of that you described is abnormal when it comes to anxiety. Adam, when you started your recovery, did your symptoms come back in some days? How did you deal? Yep, they did. I don't know if you saw the video, having anxiety symptoms when you're not feeling anxious, but I kind of described that, why it happens. In the beginning of my recovery, it sucked because that's when it was scare the heck out of me, because I'd be good for like a week, and then I would have like a panic attack or chest pain, and it would freak me out because I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I was getting so good, I'm doing all the right things. Man, there really must be something wrong with my heart. There must really be something wrong with my chest. So it'd freak me out even more. But once I started to get a grasp that my subconscious was still operating on a different level, and it took time and took patience, which I tell everybody patience. People don't like the word patience. I never have, honestly. I'm better at it now. I had to learn that. Things take time. It takes time for your conscious mind to make impressions on your subconscious mind. So you just got to be patient with it and see how it goes. But it's all about how you handle those bad days, dude. So you're going to just have to learn how to blow that off. Realize that, I'm still in that cycle. Your subconscious isn't ready to move on, even though your conscious mind is. So I think that's just because fear's kind of embedded in there and anchored down, driving you still. But that takes time, but, eventually you'll build more days in between. You know, the last couple months, I probably had one panic attack a month. So, you know, that was good for me. And eventually it just didn't happen anymore. Princess and Mittens, I'm really happy about these live chats. It's nice to have someone who goes through the same things we do. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I've warmed up to doing these a little bit more. I don't know why I've never done live streams. I think I was always nervous to do them. I still get a little nervous whenever I get on here, so as you can tell, I like stumble over my words. But I don't know. I'll get better at it, I guess. Cassie Henry, I'm still working through your videos. You're the best motivation I found so far on YouTube. Wow, that means so much. There's a lot of people out there, so I appreciate you sticking with me. Can we see you without the hat? Maybe when my hair grows out a little bit more. I'm a little self-conscious about that. I don't like the way I look without a hat, honestly. I got a receding hairline, so it kind of goes back. So it's like either I got to keep my head like fully shaved, or if it grows out a little bit, it's just not that. And it sucks because I used to have really freaking long hair. Really long hair. And then out of nowhere, bam, just all fell out. What if every day is a bad day? I don't know if you're trying everything, Walter. There could be something that you're not doing. Most of the time when I ask somebody what their lifestyle is like, I'll find some holes in it fairly quickly. And 99% of the people that I ask if they're doing my tips, they're not doing all of them. So if you're skipping out on meditation, then that could be that. If you're not journaling, that could be the missing link. If you are not eating completely clean, that could be a thing. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep working at it. Meditation is one of the biggest ones. And I'm talking about you can't skip days. You got to keep going at it each and every day. Sometimes you might be so close. You've been doing everything right for a week, and maybe that 8th day it's going to work, and you're going to start feeling better, but you let off of it, and then you eat bad or drink coffee or have tobacco or drink alcohol, and then you get caught right back up in that cycle. It's so easy to get caught back up in the cycle of anxiety. So it's a lot harder to get out of it than it is, you know, to get into it, if that makes any sense. But I understand. I mean, I went through a long streak where every day was bad, Walter, dude, for real. I mean, a few years. It's all about figuring out what you're doing every day, what you might be doing wrong. That's why journaling is really important, because you can record all this. You can write down what you did today, and then you can like assess your, you know, your journal and be like, well, maybe this wasn't right. So let me change that tomorrow, and then we're going to experiment with it. Cassie Henry, oh my God, the worst is the pounding heart. Have you ever tried SSRIs or anxiety medication? Do you take anything besides a multivitamin? I got prescribed sertraline the very first time that I went to the doctor ever. Just didn't even know the dude, and he gave me sertraline. And I took it for 2 days and decided I don't want to do this. I don't want to get stuck on this. I read all the horror stories. I read all the people having to use antidepressants for the rest of their life, or medication, SSRIs too. I didn't want to have to do that. I didn't want to have to be paying for medicine the rest of my life, worrying about always having the insurance to cover that. There was just the side effects could happen. Then your withdrawal symptoms, and eventually I'm gonna have to up my dosage because I'm gonna get tolerant of it. There's just too many things and variables with that. I just wanted to do things a healthy way. So aside from a multivitamin, I take vitamin C gummies, which are really good and they're easy. The gummies are cool. I mean, I know it might seem a little childish, but if they taste awesome, you're more inclined to do them. The gummies that I use are like shaped in like little orange slices, so they're like candy. They taste amazing. So it's something exciting every morning, you know, right there with my multivitamin, which my multivitamin, I either get that in a tablet. I did this time because they didn't have the gummies, but I usually get 1-a-day gummies. So my multivitamin's a gummy too. What city do you live in? I'm not going to say that, but it's in East Texas, so it's in between Houston and Dallas. I'll say that. I don't know. I probably don't have anything to worry about saying my city, but I just get paranoid, so. Joe A., can you talk about your insomnia from anxiety? I've been having that on and off for about a month, and it's giving me panic attacks when it's really bad. Any tips? Yeah, I talked about this a little earlier. Make sure that you're not staring at a phone screen or a TV for like a few hours before bed. I would also do some light workouts, or you can do a vigorous workout, but make sure it's early in the day so it tires you out by the end of the day. Let's see, what else can you be doing? Make sure that you're turning off all sounds, any distractions. I would try to do a meditation period in the evening before you go to sleep, just to really relax. Do some deep breathing exercise. This will help you slow your heart rate down. Avoid caffeine and tobacco before bed. You need to avoid that. Don't exercise hardcore before sleep either. And don't eat right before bed. So just try those things, but it's going to be managing your overall anxiety and for the long run. The insomnia I dealt with would come in spurts, so it'd be like 2 or 3 days I wouldn't get any sleep. Then I'd be sleeping for about 2 or 3 weeks fine. Then I would have a day where I didn't sleep, and it would just come in spurts, usually 2 to 3 day spurts. But it would happen, you know, when I was going through some really bad panic attack episodes. If I was having a panic attack or anything, like I wasn't sleeping that night, pretty much. If it was like in the evening. Sorry, this thing keeps on. Have you heard about driving anxiety? Yeah, I had that, but it wasn't because I was scared of the road. I just for some reason would have chest pain and panic attacks when I got in the car. It was just something I kind of made up in my mind. I wasn't scared of driving. I think it was because I felt trapped and I was scared I was going to have a heart attack before I got to my destination. The only thing that made me feel better was right when I was pulling up to my destination. So yeah, I definitely dealt with that. I'd have to pull over, drink water, do workouts on the side of the road. Walter, you're right. I do get caught back in the cycle sometimes. I'll admit that. I'll continue to work on it. Thanks, Trey. Yeah, man, just keep grinding, dude. Really try the journal stuff. Really try the meditation stuff. It's funny, like I'll talk to people and they'll tell me, you know, it's not getting any better, and then I can find like 10 things that they're not doing. I'm not saying you're not doing anything, but you got to sometimes literally try everything. Corey Sabatino, can you really make the symptoms up in your head, though? I think that we can really magnify them. Some symptoms are real, straight up. I mean, muscle tension causes a lot of pain in a lot of areas, so some of that can be real. But some of it can be magnified. So say I got a pain in my chest for muscle tension. It's going to hurt to an extent for a regular normal person who's not hyper aware of their senses and sensations and bodily functions and bodily sensations. But for me, I'm going to blow it up tenfold. I'm going to blow it up tenfold, so it's going to hurt a lot worse. But I've had symptoms just randomly, just like, I don't know, they would come up. Like I was explaining earlier in the stream, I was talking about with Adam about I had lower right abdominal pain for like 2 months, and right after I made the appointment for it, it literally went away in 2 hours, and I never got it again in my life. So how did I have a pain for 2 months, and then it just disappeared right after I made, you know, an appointment? Which, I mean, I know why, because I was relieved and I didn't worry about it. I was like, I'm going to get it handled. So that's why that went away. And that happened a couple times when I would make appointments for things. Magically, my symptoms would disappear just because I was, you know, I was happy that I had an appointment that I was going to get help. So I canceled the appointment for the stomach one, so I didn't go. I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have any more issues after that. So I don't know if I answered your question. Yeah, some of them can... They say that you technically can't make up symptoms in your head, but I don't know about that. I think you can literally feel the slightest bit of pain or sensation and you can make it painful. Your brain's very powerful. Can you show us an example how you set up your journal? I feel like I'm overthinking how to start a journal. Okay, well, either you can buy one that's already pre-set up. You can buy one for like $20-something. I'm sure you can find some even cheaper. You just got to do a little bit of searching, and they're already going to be set up for you. So you can do that. There's also a quick Google search away, but I would do something like, if you're going to write it every day, I would start at the top and write daily goals. Just write down what you want to accomplish that day. Have a section for, and then write your workout, write what you did for how long. Write your diet, your meal plan, what you ate for the day. I mean, you got to be honest with yourself, because you can start finding flaws in your diet, flaws in your exercise. If you're not filling out your exercise section because you're not working out, then you need to start filling it out. You need to start doing the exercise, right? Let's see, what else? What did what were your symptoms for the day? What anxiety symptoms did you experience? Why do you think you dealt with those? You know, then you just got to start noticing patterns. That's why a journal's great. And then you need to journal what you meditated over. Meditation and journaling separate are great, but together, like, it's like a whole new experience. So I hope I did that. I'm not gonna go grab anything right now and write all that stuff down. Maybe I can do that for another video. That might be a separate video, like how to journal for anxiety. That would actually be a really good video. So I might do that. Cutesy is me. Hi Trey, you gotta stop thinking and feel the body's energy. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Let's see, we got 8 people. Yeah, I guess I should have expected this for a Friday night. We got at the height, I think 13 or 14 people, which I'm appreciative of it. So don't think that I'm feeling bad about the people that showed up. I'm thankful for everybody that came. Christopher, what's going on, man? I'm afraid of driving sometimes, especially going on high overpasses. I've been dealing with anxiety for 3 months. Is that common? For 3 months. Dealing with, yeah, I mean, that can be any little thing that can cause you a little bit of anxiety can be magnified, especially when you develop a disorder. You've been dealing with anxiety for 3 months, yeah, so starting to get really dug in deep. And my suggestion to you, since you're still just you're fairly new, I mean, 3 months is like a baby, honestly, in the anxiety world. I would do everything that I can and take every tip that you can get your hands on, especially from me and my videos, and literally put them into full action, because you have a really good chance of getting out of that pretty quickly if you just go all in. If you let yourself chill and, slip, then you're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper in that, and then you're going to wake up 4 years later and be depressed, and it's going to be harder than ever to get out of it. So if any of y'all are early on, anywhere from a day or weeks or to half a year to basically under a year, do yourself a favor and go after every bit of resources you can, or advice and videos and everything. Phase Rich, best way to fight anxiety. Exercise and diet, man, that's the best. And then couple that with meditation and journaling. Those 4 things right there are so freaking powerful. Sure, you can, get your multivitamins, and you can watch certain stress relieving videos and do positive affirmations. But if you're not eating right and you're not working out, it's going to be hard to do that. Some people refuse to work out, and until they actually get out there and start working out at their pace, even, they're not going to see drastic improvements. Especially if you have health anxiety, you want to be like reassured that you're healthy. Well, if you're scared to go outside and work out because you think you're going to drop dead, then when are you ever going to recover? You just got to think about that. When are you ever going to recover? When are you magically going to think that you're healthy enough to work out? I mean, you just got to do it. You got to face your fear. It's all about exposure. I've said it before. If you're scared to talk to people because you have social anxiety, well, you got to go out there and mingle and talk to people. If you're scared to drive, you got to drive. If you're agoraphobic and you're terrified of leaving your house, you got to take small strides and get outside and expose yourself to it. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be comfortable, but we only grow when we're uncomfortable. So that's just the way I see it. Sorry if I lost y'all. For some reason, I disconnected. Are y'all still there? Just making sure I didn't lose anybody. I got about 7 people in here. Probably lost a couple people. All right, Jason. Christopher, you're so welcome. I guess on that note, I'm probably about to get out of here. We're down to 6 folks, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. Those of you who did, if you weren't able to make it live and you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you got some of your questions answered. It was kind of a low energy, kind of thing today. It's just Friday evening, had a long week, so I kind of want to start doing these on Friday evening, but I guess that was my plan. But then whenever I saw the attendance tonight, I don't know about that being such a good idea. Maybe I'll start doing them on Sundays. I get a lot of people on Sundays that join the live stream, so we'll see what we can do. Maybe I'll do a poll and we'll vote or something. But thank y'all so much, guys, for watching my videos and everything. For those of you who are still here,